All right, hello and welcome to today's practice. Today's karma class offering is going to be one that is specifically designed for prenatal practitioners and students. So anywhere you are along that journey, just remember to give yourself lots of space to use your props. Today I've got out some blocks. Mine are mini ones. I ordered the wrong ones the one day, but they're still very useful. I've got a blanket and a bolster. You could opt for some pillows folded up, or if you've got some nice really thick books or foam books that are maybe lying around that we don't use anymore, also a really good option to give you space. Remember that we want to maybe again take up more space on the mat and in the room today. So today we're going to focus on taking up space, being seen, being heard. All right, so we'll start seated. I'll give you a moment or two to go ahead and find your props and get settled, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And just for clarification, know that you do not have to be pregnant to take this offering as well. This is for all bodies, but specifically for prenatal friends along the way. So let's start, and actually let's be a little propped. So grab your bolster or your blanket. Maybe if sitting on the block is still a little bit comfortable, we're going to come onto the block. And I'm going to extend my legs long today. And then first, just resting the hands in the lap. We're going to take a moment to arrive. Maybe a clearing breath. Maybe just closing the eyes and starting to align with the presence in your body as it meets the mat in the space of the room that you're in. Don't worry too much about altering the breath, just merely watch and feel it. Feel how it enters the body. Maybe notice the changes as it exits, the opposites that we encounter. If you'd like, let's start to step those legs out just a little bit wider. Again, just giving ourselves more space. If it feels all right in your body, start to bring awareness to your sits bones against the pillow or the bolster. Maybe start to engage with the back body, the spine. See if you can visualize this upward sense as we lengthen for the ceiling. And exhale, just soften and release that intention, that awareness. Once more, inhale. And follow that inhale visually up the back body, the spine, towards the crown. And exhale, releasing that awareness. Inhale, engaging with the sits bones. Visualizing the back body. And exhale, releasing. Softly dropping the chin towards the chest. And just taking a few breath cycles here. Bring the gaze back up through to neutral. And then turn to look over the left shoulder as if you were looking to talk to someone beside you. Take a moment. Breathe into this space and awareness. And gently starting to tilt the ear behind the back body. And breathe. If it feels good, maybe reaching down the left hand towards the ground or your block or your bolster. Maybe even walking it out slightly. We're gently bringing the gaze back up, stacking the crown, and then bringing the gaze back through to neutral, nose pointed towards the front of the mat. Same thing, just other side, look over the right shoulder as if you're going to talk to someone beside you. Breathe into this awareness. And then starting to tilt the ear behind the shoulder towards the back body. If it feels good, maybe reaching the hand down for your block or bolster, maybe the ground, maybe walking it out slightly towards the side. Gently coming back to neutral, stacking the crown, and bringing the nose back in line with the front of the mat. Start to bend the knees and plant the feet. Inhale, just pressing through the sits bones and slightly growing through the back body, finding some extension, some length. And exhale, starting to press towards the back wall slightly, maybe dropping the chin towards the chest. Not a big movement is needed here. Again, we can give ourselves as much space. We might want to step those legs out a little bit wider. This time, just slightly pressing the chest forward. And exhale, rounding towards the back wall. A little bit of movement here will do you. Again, breathing into this space, this intention. Just doing one more little micro movement here, just starting to shine the chest forward. And then exhale, experience the rounding of the shoulder blades. Start to press, through the sits bones. Once again, lengthen through the spine and extend the legs. And tapping into our feet here for a moment, keeping the hands just beside the body, beside the hips. And maybe rooting down into your bolster or your block. And we'll keep those legs just a little bit wider for more space. We're going to inhale in and start to bring the toes in towards the feet as if you wanted to make a fist with the feet, right? But with the feet. Right? And then exhale, take those toes wide and away as if you were spreading out the fingers wide, but only it's the toes. Inhale, bringing the toes in. And let's exhale, take them wide. Go ahead and just shake that out. A little movement will do you. Moving into the ankles here. And let's go with a supported option today. So maybe using your block or another bolster. Any height will do. I'm going to support my leg here. And I'm going to be just pulling over and maybe self-rotating the ankle one way. And then the next. Now, of course, this is an option, just to add a little more support into your practice. It's not always easy for us to ask for help. I can remember when I had to get my kid's dad to tie my shoes when I was pregnant because I got so round I couldn't bend down to touch my toes. So, again, this is an option one. Option two is to keep the legs extended long. And I'll move my water out of the way here for your viewing pleasure, pardon me. And just start to keep those heels attached to your mat and find circular motions one way. And maybe we'll do 3 before going the other way. So a couple different options there for you. And of course, if it's not accessible for you down on the ground, feel free to find a seat in a chair or anything a little bit higher up off the ground to find those ankle rolls. Good, and again, we're just going to jiggle wiggle that away. Just rolling the legs a little side to side. All right, let's bend into the right leg. Bringing the left hand down, we're going to come into a half stick variation here, but seated. So go ahead and start to inhale and just lift the leg to a parallel. Okay. We've got the knee bent, shin and calf is parallel to the mat and the ceiling. Another option here, again, if this isn't accessible, is to grab your block or grab a couple and stack them up. Right? Again, we've got all sorts of different heights. We don't have to reach a certain shape today. All shapes are valid. Right? And maybe we're just reaching here or holding onto the outside of the leg. Right? Maybe our work today just lies in being present with the shapes that we're creating within our body, the space that we're creating within our mind. Breathing in. Any variation that you're at today. Beauty. And then planting that right foot down, keeping it maybe on the inside of that left leg. If you'd like, you can cross it over if you've got that space available to you. We're going to bring that right hand down, and I'm just going to bring it off from that right hip. And I'm going to hug today my left leg in. I'm going to inhale, grow tall, and then I'm just starting to do a micro twist, and I'm stopping at the top corner of my mat. Good. Checking in with that front leg that's extended long. How are the energy lines doing in that leg towards the foot? Can you follow all the intentions and energy lines within the body in this pose? If you'd like a little more space, feel free to bring that gaze over towards the right side. And then let's inhale, come back up through center, bring the arms up. And then exhale down through heart center. Inhale, take the arms up. And we're going to open twist to the right. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, open twist to the right. Good. Inhale, arms come up. We come back through center. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Take a moment to breathe into the space here. Just acknowledging the energy lines within the body, where we're holding, where we're grounding. We'll take the arms out wide. Start to bring the right arm over top of the left, giving yourself a little hug here. Option to stay in this self-love, giving yourself a little squeeze. Or start to flip those hands towards the ceiling, finding your Garudasana, eagle arms variation. You might have a little sensation going on in the body. Just acknowledge and breathe, offering it space. Seeing if you can soften through the chest. Option to take those fingertips towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release wide. Inhale, arms up through center. And let's exhale one more, open twist to the right. Beauty. Option to stay here. Option to add in that right leg. Maybe lifting the right leg, finding that parallel that we had before. Grab the big toe mount. Option to extend, again, if you've got the space. We can be here. You can also be here, rested on the block, reaching here. Or we can also stay here. Inhale one final time, up through center. Let's extend the right leg long, making sure our props are adequately out of the way. Exhale, start to press into the heels, bend the knees, forward fold. Again, taking those legs out a little bit more if we require the space today. Breathing into the space here. Find your awareness. Little micro movements and playful movements, pardon me, with the legs. Okay. Starting first, just straighten through the right leg, keeping it soft. And starting to straighten through the left leg. Keep it soft. Roll up to a seat. No race. No rush. finding ourselves to stack. Okay, let's do exactly what we did on the other side, but only on the left. Okay, so first of all, maybe grabbing our block or our prop, especially if we modified. Okay, we're starting to bring this beautiful leg in. We're going to reach for the outside edge of that foot. Don't forget, right hand comes down just outside of the body for support, either on your prop, okay, or on the ground, wherever you reach. Okay. Other prop is in handy if we need it. We're going to inhale, start to find that leg to a nice parallel. Right? Shin and calf parallel to the ceiling or the mat. And again, not a requirement. It can be at an angle. You can have it rested on a block, and we're still working into this space, creating the muscle memory, creating the intention of the energy lines within your body. This is a journey to get to know yourself. Enjoy it along the way. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good. Let's start to bring that leg back down. Taking your time. We're coming into that twist once again. Okay, so keeping the leg either on the inside of that beautiful right leg. Okay, option to cross it over if you've got the space. We're starting off by just hugging that leg in. Okay, and we're going to bring this beautiful left hand just off from that back hip. Okay, again, we're just doing a micro twist to start. So we're going to inhale, find some rooting sensation as we ground through the hands, the sits bones, visualizing the lengthening of the spine towards the ceiling. And then it's just a little micro twist to the top corner of your mat. Maybe the gaze comes to the side wall. Bring awareness to the front right leg and foot, checking in with the energy lines and how it's interacting with the shape. Coming back through to center, let's go ahead, inhale, take those arms up. Exhale down through heart center. A moment of awareness here. Remember, there's more than one recipe to make a cobbler, so let's inhale, take those arms up. Exhale, open twist over to the left. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, open twist to the left. Good. Inhale, arms can come up. Exhale, open twist to the left. Last time here. Inhale, arms are coming up. Exhale, open twist to the left. This is where we get to add in that other part. We either keep the leg where it is. Okay, maybe we're using our block and we have it propped. Or we can start to reach for that big toe mount, coming into a twisted variation of that half stick. And breathing into the intentions of the space, of your body, of your mind. One more. Keep releasing that foot back down. Let's take the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Let's take the arms wide. Left arm comes over right. Stopping either in that self-love little hug, or taking those fingertips towards the ceiling as we flip the palms towards one another, coming into Garudasana arms, also known as eagle arms. Option to let the gaze float to the fingertips or keep it neutral. Start to soften the muscles of the chest, around the chest and the ribs. If it feels good in your body, go ahead and start to take those fingertips a little higher towards the sky. Last moment here. Let's take the arms wide. And go ahead, overhead. And down through heart center. Maybe connecting the thumbs to the heart space. Let's extend that left leg long. Inhale, let's reach for the sky. And exhale, starting to fold towards the legs. Option to add in a blanket or another bolster, maybe a pillow here for a little extra comfort. Again, All about finding ourselves some support as we navigate our space, whether it's just our mind space, maybe it's just the emotional space, or maybe it's something else entirely. Whatever it is for you today, come back to the breath and slowly begin to rise up out of your forward fold. Move the blanket off to one side for now. And moving our props just off and out of the way. Getting a little deeper into those hips today, we're going to just start to bend the knees, plant the feet. Feet are about mat width apart or a little bit wider than our hips. And just pointing the knees one way, maybe to the right. And then shifting over and finding them over to the left. Again, matching your breath, not mine. We'll do 2 more each way. One to the right, another to the left, back to the right, and last to the left. Coming back up, the feet are planted, we've got the knees bent. I'm going to take those feet even just a little bit wider, and I'm going to point my toes off the railroad track. And I'm going to start to just rest the hands on the knees, especially if I've got the space. I'm okay to stay here, stay. If you want, you can go ahead and lean back, maybe resting the forearms on the thighs. Tuck the chin to the chest. Staying here. Bring the awareness to the shoulders, the collarbone, the traps, the upper back body, the spine leading into the neck, the ribs. Slowly start to press and shine the chest forward towards the front of your mat. Just the chest. Breathe into the space. If the head comes more up through to a neutral, that's okay. Good. Come back to neutral, stacking in the back body. See if you can visualize the natural curves of the spine. Breathe into this awareness. Visualize the back of the skull just reaching for the back edge of your mat. Inhale, start to shine the chest forward towards the knees, towards the front of your mat. Just your chest. Leave your belly where it is. Exhale, starting to come back through to neutral. You've got the eyes closed. Magical. You need the eyes open. Wonderful. Wherever you're at today, creating yourself the space that you need it to be. If you had the eyes closed, softly open the eyes. And we'll come down to hands and knees. So mindfully coming down off your prop, and we'll move it to the side. And out of the way for now. Stack the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Press the tops of the feet into the mat here. And just start to find some rotations one way, maybe to the left. And some rotations the other way. Exhale, round and press the back body towards the ceiling. Coming into that cat marjarasana. Still pressing through all 10 finger points and the tops of the feet. Inhale, start to shine the chest. Finding that articulation through the back body. Not a big movement here, and then come back to neutral. Press back to find yourself resting on tops of the feet, on tops of the shins. Breathe into the awareness here. And slowly coming back into your tabletop. Curling the toes. Extending the hips towards the ceiling and finding your way into down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're going to pedal out the dog here. So bending one knee and then the other. Step it out nice and wide. Giving yourself, again, the space that you need it to be. Ensure that the elbows are soft here. Maybe a little slight bend. And you're pressing through all 10 finger points. I'm still pedaling the dog, bending the knees. Just enjoying the movement of the space. Bring the gaze forward. And then start to walk the top of your mat, keeping the feet wider than the hips. Inhale, coming up to your half lift. Maybe knees are bent. Exhale, fold. Root to rise through those beautiful feet. Inhale, come on up. Arms overhead. And exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Turn the toes out. Maybe stepping the feet out even a little bit wider. Start to sink and settle into your goddess. Looks weird with flowers behind me. Okay, there, that's a little better. All right, so from your goddess, let's go ahead. We're finding just a little bit of micro movements. Okay, nothing major. If you'd like, keep the hands here. If you need a little support on your body, come here. We're going to inhale, micro rise. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, micro rise. Exhale, sink in. And again, anything you want to do with the arms. I'm a big fan of the Miyagi style arms from Karate Kid. Fingers up, palms out. Okay. But heart center and Anjali Mudra also work very well. Good. We're going to do a couple more rounds. Last one, inhale, we find a little rise. And exhale. We're going to turn to the front edge of our mat, pointing the toes forward, pivoting that back foot. We want to turn the heel towards the back edge of the mat. Press equally through both feet. Take the arms to the sky, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. And again, if we need, bring the hands down, give yourself the space, and heel toe that front foot a little wider. Again, we're pressing equally through front and back foot, distributing the energy equally, pardon me, so that we're not leaning too far forward, but we're also not being pulled back. See if you can give yourself a little more space through the shoulders, broadening the collarbone, softening the chest. Maybe those arms come wide to show the growing world that you are creating. Good. We're going to go ahead and pivot back, find your way to goddess. Heel toe those feet to where you want them to be. Sinking in. Let's go ahead and create that balance on the other side. Pivot to the back of the mat. Heel toe those feet. If we need them a little bit wider, we take them wider. Heel pointing more towards the back edge of the mat. Maybe those toes are off towards the side. Balancing our energy equally through both front and back. If you need, know that you can always drop a knee. And come here. Okay. Option for hands to stay at heart center. Maybe we take them to the sky. Press towards those pinky toes, that outside edge of the back foot. Breathe. Give yourself space for the growing world that you're creating. And last one. Straighten through those legs, with the back towards the side, coming back into our goddess, finding the alignment of your feet. Exhale to sink on in. We've got hands at heart center. Maybe you like those Karate Kid style arms as much as I do. Inhale, rise. Okay. Bring the feet to more parallel. Start to extend through the arms. Star. And then look to feel the natural curves of the back body here. Press through the outside edges of the feet, but still engage with the big toe mound, little toe mound, and the heels. Feel what's happening in your body and where as you're engaging with the shape as the feet meet the mat. As you breathe, maybe we take those arms up a little higher. Exhale, sink back in, goddess. Pivot towards the front of the mat, coming back through warrior one. Option to heel to those feet wider. Find that equal balance of energy through front and back. And then broaden the collarbone, soften the chest muscles. Exhale, plant the hands. Maybe to the inside of that right foot. Let's go ahead, pivot onto the balls of the back foot. Drop the knee. And step back. Finding our way to hands and knees. Toes are curled here. Just a little playful movement of the chest. Shine the chest forward. Exhale, round through the shoulders. Then curl the toes, take the hips to the back, wall down dog. Again, engaging through all 10 finger points. Maybe stepping those feet out wider. We want to get into that lizard on the other side and create that balance right off from the hop here. So let's go ahead, inhale. If you've got it, lift that leg high or even come down to that right knee. And step that left leg outside of the left hand. Take a moment to breathe into the space here, either with the knee down or lifted. And then we're going to bend that back right knee and step to create the same shape on the other side as we come into Malasana or low yogi. Okay. So for this one, we've got those feet nice and wide. Maybe they're about hip distance or they're a little wider. Maybe the hands are to the inside here. Okay, and if we need the support, we're using our blocks. Okay, we're bringing them underneath that pelvic floor, the sits bones. Okay, and we're finding the space. Okay, and again, the nice thing is you can stack those blocks as high as you need to be so you can be here. Okay, you can use a chair and create the same shape to work on creating the muscle memory. So from here, and again, I don't want to stay here too long. We're going to flush those hips. Ready? Inhale. Take the hips to the sky. Point the toes forward. Very wide-legged forward fold. Coming up into a half lift almost. Good. Turn the toes out. Heel toe yourself a little wider. Inhale, goddess. And then exhale to step to the top of the mat. Whew. Finding Tadasana or mountain. Palms facing forward. Fingers pointing down. Either feet can be about hip distance or even a little bit wider today. Again, we're working to create space for the world we're creating. Take a moment and reconnect with your breath. So inhale, take the arms up, reach for the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. Maybe taking the gaze forward. We're going to find a little side bend here in the body, so let's go ahead and just tilt it over. Okay, if we need, let's create some space. Let's step that right leg behind the left. Okay, engage with the shape, so feel what's happening through the feet, the bottom of the feet, the legs. Explore the curve. Step back to the top of the mat, reach Urdhva Hastasana. And then exploring the other side, start to tilt over to the left. Maybe stepping left leg behind the right. Creating that space. Okay, and again, we're going to engage with the shape. So how are the feet meeting the mat? What's happening in the legs, the side body? Come back through to center. One more reach here. Exhale, hands down through heart center. All right. So let's step those feet out just a little bit wider, and then checking in with lift all 10 toes. Exhale, bring the toes down nice and soft, ensuring that you're engaging through that tripod stance of the foot. Big toe mound, little toe mound, and the heel. Okay, I'm going to bring the hands to my hips today just for a little extra support, softening through the knees. Okay, so when I say soft knees, just soft knees. Okay, so you can see the difference here, not soft knees, right? So just a little slight bend, as if I was about to take an active step, right? So from here, I'm going to start to bring emphasis and awareness into my standing and my balancing leg, which is going to be my right leg. So maybe keeping the hands on the hips, maybe taking them out wide for a little more awareness of our space, or maybe bringing them in at heart center. Your choice today. awareness into that right standing leg. I'm going to start to hover through the left. Good, coming into that half stick. Any variation will do. And again, we can work with our block for this one as well, bringing the block to where we want to balance that foot on any height, right? We start engaging, and then you're looking to lift, and maybe you're just lightly bringing that foot onto the block. You're not fully pressing onto the block, right? We're not fully engaging and stepping on it, but it's just there for the awareness. And then eventually, when we're ready, we might be here. Maybe we're already here and you're like, which is cool too, okay? All right, let's go ahead, bring that leg down. Okay, step back into our hip distance. Let's take those hips back, bring emphasis into the awareness as we feel into our Utkatasana, our chair pose. Okay. Still engaging through that tripod stance in the feet, but bring your awareness to the heels especially, and see if you can just reach back with the buns. Imagine there was someone you wanted to fart bomb. I feel like that's a very inappropriate cue, but I'm sticking with it. And so you're pointing that bum out, right? Soften through the chest muscles here. Again, give yourself some space to enjoy. And then inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Upward salute, all the way down through heart center. Whew. And let's find that mountain once again. Good, so Tadasana, option to bring those hands to the hips, heart center, or extend your balance there a little bit more by taking the arms out. I'm sure there's a proper way for me to say that. I'm going to have to look it up for next time. So coming to build our awareness into that right side now, we want to switch the awareness over to the left leg. Okay? Engage with how we're going to be standing into that left leg, finding our center of gravity. Oh, I think that was the word I was looking for before. Okay, already I can notice that I'm kind of engaging with my foot in a way I don't want to. So I'm going to make sure I'm pressing through big toe mount, little toe mount, and the heel. I'm finding my center of gravity, my balance. I'm feeling into my stabilizer muscles here, coming into that half stick variation, and breathe. And same option as the other side if you need. You grab that block and you just bring the awareness as the foot softly meets the block. We're not pressing down into the block. We've just almost got it there for the sensation, the observation. Good, let's start to bring that leg back down. Stepping to hip distance, find your chair Utkatasana. Emphasis into those heels, awareness. Soften through the chest muscles. Option to smile. And breathe. One more. Good. Find Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. And then exhale, hands down through heart center. Let's take a little open twist here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, reach for the ceiling, the stars. And exhale, open twist to the left. Upward salute, inhale, reach. Exhale, find your chair. Utkatasana. Good, 2, maybe 3 more breath cycles here. We're gonna open twist. So take those arms up, inhale. Exhale, open twist to the right. Reach for the ceiling, sink into Utkatasana. Exhale, let's open twist to the left. Inhale, reach, let's sink a little deeper. And exhale, Tadasana. Take the arms wide, right arm over left. Finding your way into Garudasana arms. I'll step back so you can see. There we go. Soften the chest. Option for the gaze to flow with the fingers. Build awareness into your right standing leg. Inhale, start to hover left foot. Coming into half stick. Take the fingertips up just a little bit higher. Exhale, step the foot hip distance, sinking into chair, Utkatasana. Inhale, reach Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, open twist to the right. Inhale, reach Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's go ahead. This time bring the opposite arm on top. Should be left arm over right. Garudasana arms. Start to build awareness into your left standing leg. And hover the right. Coming into our half stick variation here. Again, using those blocks or a chair as we need. Or even grabbing a piece of wall. Knowing that you can always bring your back body to the wall. Feet are hip distance. We're using the awareness. Just those little areas against the back. Maybe the glutes. That touch the wall, fine there. By now, let's go ahead, step down. Feet are hip distance. Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach. Exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands down through heart center. And then stopping in mountain. All right, we're going to go ahead and do that once more. I'm going to turn this way just so we can kind of see through that full little transition. We're going to go ahead and give ourselves the opportunity to pop into a warrior three from our half stick. So from there, if you need, bring the foot down and glide the toes back. Okay, finding your point of gravity first. Again, softness in that front balanced leg. From here, you can stay here. This can be your warrior three all day. Right? Maybe you hover the toes. Okay? Or eventually maybe coming into your warrior three if you've got the space. Again, no need to get a certain way or place today. If you're here, fantastic, magical, right? All right. Let's take us through that just one last little time with some slight variation. We're starting in Tadasana, mountain. Let's inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Breathe into the awareness. Start to build awareness in the right standing leg. Hover the left standing leg. Okay. Coming into half stick. Reach the arms for the sky. Option to stay here. Option to open twist to the right. Inhale, reach the hands for the ceiling. Arms for the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center, moving into warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3, either dragging and gliding the foot across, or finding your variation wherever your body allows you the space to be today. And again, if I remember correctly, when I was pregnant with my babies, especially near the end, I was pretty round, so I would have probably opted for this version here with the leg down, so that I gave myself that space, but I'm still creating the intentions within my body to build strength within my stabilizers in the legs. Always give yourself permission to find a different route. You'd be surprised sometimes with those paths less traveled have to offer. Bring the leg back in, stepping the feet hip distance, Utkatasana, chair pose. Breathe. Open twist to the left. Inhale back to Utkatasana and exhale to standing. Doing the same thing on the other side. If you need, shake out those legs. And when we're ready to begin, let's go ahead, starting in mountain. Inhale, take the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Breathing into this space of awareness. Starting to ground through the left foot. Engage with the big toe mound. Little toe mound in the heel. Find a soft buoyancy in the knee. And then find the center of gravity. Start to hover through that right leg. It's okay to be shaky. Finding our way into half stick variation. Maybe we're using a block underneath. Maybe we're using a chair. Maybe we're using the wall. One more breath. And then take it back into your Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Either by gliding those toes across and towards the back edge. Okay? Or towards a longer stance at least. Maybe bending into that front standing leg a little bit more, engaging with the foot and staying here. Or maybe you moved right from your half stick variation into your Warrior 3. Maybe your hips are stacked. Maybe your back foot is engaged. Maybe the toes are down. Maybe the back body is more at an incline, giving more space for the lower belly between the thighs. Good. Bring that leg back forward, step it down, feet hip distance, Utkatasana chair pose. Open twist to the right. And inhale, we'll take those arms to the sky. Exhale, come down to Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, open twist to the left. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, step the feet out wide. Flush the hips. Lower down Malasana. Bring the sits bones all the way down. Again, if you need help or a little more aid to come down a different way, feel free. No race, no rush, no obligation to come down how I did. If you want to come down through hands and knees, you do you. We're going to end off now with just a little bit of a nice restorative incline. So again, ideally you would have maybe some bigger blocks. Maybe you've got those lovely phone books hanging around. But I'm going to go ahead. So I'm stacking one block on its highest and one block on its second, right? So it should look like so. I'm going to bring that towards the back edge of my mat. I'm going to grab my bolster or my pillow or my rolled up blankets, whatever I've got lying around. Maybe you steal the dog bed. Okay. No judgment. Maybe you've got one of those beautiful pregnancy pillows. I miss those. I would buy another one. Okay. We are going to maybe extend the legs long. It's an option. I'm opting today for the inclined version of Baddha Konasana. I'm rolling up my blanket for a little extra support. If you've got extra support or pillows to bring onto the legs for this one, go for it. Okay. Now, I'm going to find the base of my back at my bolster or my pillow, whatever I've set up here. And I'm going to give myself again a little more space, maybe taking the feet further out if that's okay for myself today. Okay. And then I'm just gonna wrap that beautiful blanket around. Actually, instead of going on the bottom, let's go around the top and under the ankles and out. There we go. So giving myself that nice little support there, and then slowly lowering down onto the back body, onto the support. If you want another support for under the crown here, please do feel free to take it. I'm going to opt for this other little blanket that's already rolled up from my support dino. His name is Huey, and he is the support dinosaur. With his little arms, he knows all about embracing props and bolsters and straps and anything else that can aid him getting a little deeper within the reflections his practice has to offer him. So once you are satisfied with where you are, why don't you go ahead, close the eyes, and then just observe what's happening in your body. Don't try to alter or change. your awareness to the neck. And just find if any small organic movements within the chin, the crown, the base of the skull, give you or take away sensation. When you're satisfied, find stillness. And then I want you to engage with all the muscles of the body. Imagine them hugging in nice and tight towards the bones. Maybe starting at the hands, moving up the arms, and the legs, the feet, the glutes, chest, and the back body. And then soften. And maybe once again tightening all the muscles of the body. Imagine them hugging the bones. And then soften. From here, let's take a nice, big, bold, beautiful breath in. And open the mouth. Big, bold, beautiful breath in. And open the mouth. Last one, big, bold breath in. And let it go. You have permission to take up space, to be seen, to be heard. Staying here as long as you need. If you'd like, please do stay a little longer. But if it is time to come on out, or if you need to alter, to give your body a little more space to surrender, maybe rolling over to one side. Take your time so you find your way out. Again, if you want to stay a little bit longer, please pause the video and know that you can stay here for as long as you need. But when you're ready, we'll close our practice with a shared breath together. Softly closing the eyes. Whether we're still in a lie down or we're in a seat, let's bring the hands over the heart space. Or if it resonates, bringing one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Let's go ahead, inhale, take a breath in. And exhale. Softly open the eyes. Thank you so much for coming to play with me today. I hope it was everything you wanted and all of what you needed. Again, this practice was modified and oriented for our prenatal friends in mind. Remember to give yourself adequate space as you and your body make room for your growing baby. Again, this practice can also be done by those who are not necessarily prenatal friends. And wherever you are at your journey, in your journey, have a great day.